What's up, guys? Haven't made a video in a long time. Out here in New York, as you can see, there's still snow. Snowed last night, but it's warming up. Trying to enjoy, Some of you guys try to make money, try to make a staple in your life, however means necessary. I'm just chilling, you know what I mean? I'm just chilling with this guy. That's all I'm doing. And also chilling with that thing and that thing. Little pygmy horses. They're a little shisty when I'm in the pen. Get a little territorial and bullying, but it's part of the fun. Anyways, just showing you guys what I'm doing right now. I actually do have a video for you today. I actually have, I don't want to under-exaggerate or over-exaggerate, but roughly about 20 videos that I wrote down within the last couple months or so, and I've been meaning to make another video. But I'm out here in New York. I'm not truck driving right now. I'm trying to chill. And I think a lot of you guys wanted to know what I'm up to, what kind of money I'm making, stuff like that. I'm going to save that for a later video. For this video, I'm going to talk about judgment. A lot of people think only God can judge. Heard that for many years. I used to be one of those guys. See, the problem here is that I would say roughly around 90% of people judge, right? And those 10% of people are like, oh, I shouldn't judge you, you shouldn't judge me, only God could judge, or the judge of the trial can judge, or whatever, right? Leave it to somebody else to be the superhero. See, here's the problem that I see. When you're leaving judgment for somebody else, you are essentially doing evil as well. You're no better than the crook. You're no better than anybody else. There's a reason why we pass judgment. There's many reasons that we're going to discuss in this video. Let's just talk about one of those real quick. Why am I pro-judging? One, somebody comes up to you, wants to sell you a bike. Just a bike, you have $100 and that's about what you wanted to pay for a bicycle. Nice used bicycle, get you from A to B, get you to do the things that you wanted to do. But do you not place judgment on the item that you're buying? Even better, do you not place judgment on the person selling it to you? What is that person's situation? Did that person steal it? Did that person steal this bike for crack? If you're not passing these types of judgments, you're going to get duped. You're an idiot. Judgments are 100% normal. It is enveloped in our DNA. I can't isolate those molecules for you, but I can explain to you why it's so essential and why it is so hereditary. It is in our DNA. It's in our genetics. Why do we pass judgment? Well, we don't want to be screwed, for one. So when we're looking and trying to figure out, hey, that bear over there has meat. How do I get that bear's meat to survive? Well, the bear either scavenged, and you're going to have to play some detective work, and then place judgment, is that meat okay to eat? When you're looking at that bear, you have to assess, is that bear going to defend its catch or its scavenge? And it's very easy to identify why we need to judge. It's for safety, it's for security, it's for resources, it's for food, it's survivability. Now, I hate when people say only God can judge me. You know what that tells me? That means you're so okay in your quote-unquote sins that you are willing to put it in the hands of somebody that has total dictatorship over your soul, if you believe in that shit. But the point is here, those people clearly don't believe in God, or else they would be in fear of God. So when they say only God can judge me, they are snarling in their spew, saying that they don't care because God doesn't exist. It's essentially what you're doing. When you say only God can judge me, there's one of two reasons. One, like I just said, you actually don't believe God exists. You're not scared of God. And it's just a wise way of getting out of something. Like, hey, you shouldn't judge me. Who are you to cast blame or judgment on me? Right? And it's an easy way to weasel yourself out of something. Belief. Right? It's an easy way. It's an easy scapegoat. Two, the other reason why you say only God can judge you is because you legitimately believe that, and you don't think that anyone else who has sinned and has been a sinner and always will be, to cast judgment on another. Which is cute and dandy to the average mind. It's almost like a talking point. But it's not true. It's not valid. See, if you live that lifestyle of only God can judge you, you're going to be hated on, cheated. You're going to be poor. You're going to be that good guy who finished last because you did not assess the dangers, the risk, the reward, any of that. So then there you are. Only God can judge you. Only God can judge you. There's a real reason why judgment is necessary. There's a woman coming up to you, and she has a little bit of cocaine and says, hey, I'm going to do this cocaine and I'm going to blow you off for fucking 3 hours straight. How's that sound to you? Mr. Don't Judge, you have a good 3 hours, right? No harm, no foul. Maybe some herpes later. But because you did not assess what's going on, maybe she's a little slutty. Maybe she has a drug problem. Maybe this isn't her first rodeo. Maybe she's acquired some sexually transmitted disease. Because you did not pass judgment, you are stuck, broken, by your inability to assess the situation, to judge that individual. I've said this since the beginning of my videos, my channel, since before then, before you guys ever even saw me. I've always said, you are a creator. You are the God. Everything that we claim that God does, or is supposed to be in his hands, this would be judgment. Judgment is in God's hands. What he does to you is in God's hands. Then that takes away your freedom. That takes away your responsibility. When you have responsibility, you must surrender to your own faults. When you don't surrender to your own faults, you are surrendering to delusion. Everything is just blanket okay. And when everything's blanket okay, well, what happens when you don't prepare? Snowstorm hits, you run out of electricity, your food gets spoiled, you may have not saved up enough money for a generator in the past or thought about it, or a second refrigerator on a secondary generator tank, whatever, right? Something to prep. No, it's God's place to judge. These things are just accidents. This is God's plan. You're an idiot. You're going to experience the worst things in life. When I was young, I was dumb. How the hell can I ever be old and wise? Well, it's because I was young and dumb, and there's a test that is given to you every single day of your life. And that test will keep exposing itself to you until you pass that test. You are going to be tossed to the wayside your whole life. I'm a good person. Why did this happen to me? I believe in karma. And I also believe that God has a plan for me. Come on. Now, if you are truly looking at this objectively, you can obviously see some faults in the logic. It's a delusional, it's not true. But here, look, here's a thing. Right? A thing. This is an item. Makes a sound. Lot of proof. God's judging you? Where is it? Got the camera here. There's a horse. That exists. You exist. You do things, you create things, you expose things, you judge every day to make sure that you and your loved ones live a better life. You assess situations, you get smarter, you live, you learn, you pass the tests, and you thrive. And then you take these experiences and all the information that you have acquired as objectively and logically as possible, and you try to inherit that into your children. That information to give you and your siblings. I was going to say family. I don't know why siblings was said. You and your family to live a better life. Start off a little bit better. Still don't want to judge? You just want to kind of just let the wind blow. If something happens, it happens. There's karma out there. I want to tell you guys what karma really is. I've definitely told you guys in the past, but there's a reason why karma is taken out of context. There's a reason why you just let it do what it has to do. Do you honestly think if somebody came up to you, stole your car, you're just going to forgive and forget, let God judge? Or are you going to call the cops? You judged, you saw him, you saw what happened. Or if you didn't and you just gathered up enough evidence in your detective work to narrow it down to who it was, what time, you're not going to pass judgment? Figure it out, guy. Like that's like a lame way of saying tuck your tail between your legs and bend over, take it like a taxpayer. No. It takes away from your individual responsibility. I want men to be men. I want adults to be adults. I want you to value not only your life, but your loved ones' lives, your friends' lives, others' lives. And how are you going to do that? How are you going to protect them? Oh, look at that crazy old man with no teeth talking a big storm hitting that crack pipe. He's fine hanging out with my kids. Come on now. You should judge. Judge everyone. Be as objective and non-delusional as possible. I think this is very obvious to some, but I'm sure some of you guys definitely do not understand that you have this for a reason. You have a purpose for this. You can't just not judge people your whole life. Someone's going to judge you. And whether or not you wait for the sky, dad, I guess, because that's a father, right? Same thing with the founding fathers. They want to just take away good fathers. Take away their rights, make them look dumb on TV and stuff like that. No individual responsibility. You see those right there? Mathematics adjustments were made. These stalls were created with precision. You had to judge the length, measure, and put it all together. Look at all these. Think that's an accident? Think life is about just not judging? No, judge that motherfucker. Don't judge him on race, religion, anything like that. Judge them on their actions. Is that so complex for you guys? It's fine. Just because a book told you not to do something doesn't mean it's right or moral or just. Whether it's a religion, whether it doesn't matter what religion. Or the government, where they have, here's the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, here's Black's Law Dictionary that's fucking 1,000 pages long of very confusing, mostly controversial, mostly just not ethical stuff, right? Are you going to just sit there blanketly and accept what the government's doing to you? Are you going to just sit there blanketly and accept what the government's doing to you? Taking away your responsibility, your justice, your manliness, your ability to go above and beyond and be prosperous in your life and your family's life. Not going to get there by not judging. You got to judge. You got to assess. you need to understand. Don't just look at a Spanish person and then say that's the Spanish person that committed the murders last night on the news. That's fucking stupid. It's delusional. But you should judge everyone. You bring someone in your house, you judge them, right? Is this person going to do me any wrong? Is this person eyeballing my dog because he has anger issues and wants to kick it? Assess these things. If you live your life not keeping an eye on others, not always keeping an eye behind your back, you're going to get got. I learned this the hard way when I was a kid. I was a Christian as a kid, and the more that I noticed, me not judging people did me more harm than good. I had to make a change. You don't think I've been stolen from? You don't think I got robbed? You don't think I have guns shot in my face? Clearly missing. You don't think? We all have. In one form or another. Because of our lack of judgment, we were taken advantage of. One way or the other. I trust a mechanic. Now I have this $2,000 bill, which all he had to do was screw this thing in a little bit tighter because it was loose. Judge these motherfuckers. Save yourself money, your time. The dumber you are, the more you're going to get taken advantage of. And that's what judgment is. It's assessing. It's understanding. It's weighing out pros, cons, risk, reward. But let God judge you. We're all beautiful souls. Even your book says you're sinners. You know, you shouldn't watch out for other sinners? I don't get that. I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. Somebody explain why the book tells you what to do. You know, the Sky Father tells you what to do. Which, never seen. Never even heard. According to even the Bible itself, you can't even hear the voice of God. They do everything that they can to cover a lie with a lie. Why? To take away your responsibility and surrender to government or state. That's what it is. You guys might not be able to put two and two together. Very simple for me. I care about my character. I work out every day. I take care of myself. I mean, I look a little bit like a caveman right now. I got long head hair, too. Look like a caveman right now. But I'm going to start doing daily videos again. Maybe not daily, but, you know, definitely every week. It's not going to be here. I just decided to do it here because I was here right now. And I just got done taking dogs for a walk and all that fun stuff. And I might even do some fishing. It's not going to be ice fishing, but there's a pond back here. And the ice is melting. So I might want to try on the side here. But it's becoming a beautiful day. Hope you guys are enjoying. And I hope you guys can really relate to just enjoying and taking time off. Living a simple life out here in the country. This is the pond I'm talking about. They got some bass in here. I'm going to see if I can find one. It's really muddy. If you don't have muck boots out here, you can't you can't do nothing. I don't see any fish. You would think they would be up at the surface. Might do some fishing today. Alright, the last bit I'm going to say about the judgment thing. You guys need to understand one thing. I'm not very intelligent. I'm not. I'm saying some pretty simple things. And I'm putting it in context to destroy delusions. Delusions come in many different forms. A lot of times these are programmed in very, very young ages. Same reason why they want kids to go to school at the age of 3. Sooner the better. Sooner they can take your kid's soul, the better for them. Do you honestly think there's no reason behind taking away your responsibilities? Taking away your freedoms, your rights? There's a reason. It's to take away your responsibility. Because taking away your responsibility takes away your power. And when you have no power, what are you going to do to stop the force that is shoving their hammer up your ass every day? See, I'm trying to stay away from the conspiracy stuff and stay with strictly real philosophy. And some of you guys got me intertwined or intermingled with other said conspiracy guys. It's not me. Putting two and two together doesn't mean it's a conspiracy. Two and two together, you know, it doesn't even mean it's right. It just means I'm onto something. And if you keep following that to the point of recognition and realizing that one 100% correlates with the other, this would be the government, your personal responsibility, and being able to judge. Because of that, because of taking away your personal responsibility, you are left with essentially the state telling you what you can and cannot do. Whether it be the state, your religion, whatever brainwashes you the easiest. And it's essentially the same thing. Obey or hell. Obey or jail. You know, obey or hell would be religion. Obey or jail would be the state. Obey or fail would be schooling. But all three of those are the same thing with the same agenda, with the same consciousness behind it. Taking away your personal responsibility, your ability to be big and strong. They want you to panic. They want you to be anxiety, where it's such a level of anxiety that you cannot comprehend things on your own and you need help. Because when you look for help, you look for a Superman. You look for a superhero to save you. Who's the superhero? You Republicans think it's Trump. You Dems think it's whoever, right? Independents, Bernie. That's your superhero? You're waiting for Jesus to come back too? They're saving you or me? Or neither of us? Because they don't exist. They're not here to save you. You save you. That's it. Detect, assess, figure things out, and try to make the best move that you can. Balancing the pros and cons, the yin and yang, the responsibility, the judgment, the assessing, the risk reward. Balance everything out, figure it out, understand people. And it's okay to try to figure out somebody or have your thoughts that maybe this isn't right. Maybe you might have a feeling, maybe this isn't right. Or this person is a little off. That's your soul telling you. There's something that is going to happen. And if you don't do something about it and cast judgment, something is going to get worse. Depending on your scenario, obviously. You know? Don't wait for a superhero. Become your superhero. Become your greatest version. Become responsible. And follow your spirit. Don't follow a book. What's the difference between a religious person and a spiritual person? Leave you with this one. What's the difference between a religious person and a spiritual person? A religious person will do what he is told no matter what is right. A spiritual person will do whatever is right no matter what he is told. You understand what I'm getting at? Don't wait for God to pass judgment. You pass judgment. It'll save your life. That's it for this first video of the year. I think it's first video of the year. It's first video in a long time. And stay tuned for more content. Plenty more coming.